All right, guys, we're ready. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I call this meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission to order on Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. And we will move right into the first item here, which is the consent agenda. We have 4 CUPs to consider and a brief discussion on the BESS resolution. Does anybody have any questions or issues with the agenda for this evening's meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I would recommend moving item CUP 2505 to just after CUP 2507 for consideration, since I think that there's a number of people here waiting to comment on that.
Okay. That seems fine by me. We can discuss that towards the end. Do we need a motion to move that item?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I move that we move item number 25-005 to the last one on the agenda today.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we move CUP 25-05 to the end after 25-07 this evening. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so we will update the agenda. And
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so the next item here will be the approval of the minutes from last meeting of June 24th, 2025. Does anybody have any questions regarding the minutes? Everyone get a chance to look those over and review? Any changes or anything to that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes from the June 24th meeting as printed.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. We approve the minutes from June 24th, 2025 as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Okay, so we'll move now into new business, which is at the top of the list here is CUP 25-04, which I believe at the last meeting we had to table.
Yes.
To allow for announcements to go out.
Yes.
So for us to discuss this again, we will need to
Take
open
it
that
off the
back up
table.
and take it off the table
Yeah.
to
Take it
discuss.
off the
Is that
table.
correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Make a
Okay, so
motion.
we'll need a motion to take it off the table to discuss.
Mr. Chairman, I move to take RF or CUP 2504 off the table for discussion and possible action.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we take CUP 2504 off the table so we can discuss this evening. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so the first item that we will discuss is CUP 25-04, which is consideration of a conditional use permit to allow a private bed and breakfast facility at the request of the Dream Team LLC. Staff?
Okay, this is similar to the case that you heard last month. It is a different location, obviously. The applicant is proposing a limited-scale bed and breakfast affiliated with the Saline Country Club. Private clubs and their accessory uses are allowed through a conditional use permit in the agricultural district. The property will remain residential in nature, though allow for additional revenue for the country club, with small-scale fine dining and lodging as an option for members. All food brought in will be prepared at the country club and brought to this location. This location will also have an overnight stay option for club members only. No structures are located within the 0.01 chance or 100-year flood zone, as there is a little bit of floodplain on this property. No public comments were received as of June 6th. So for this particular case, Comments from other departments and agencies. I did speak, I say none, but there was, since this has gone out, I've spoken with the city of Salina that is doing the commercial permit review on the previous case that was approved. And they just said that basically if this ends up being open to the public, general public, and not just club members, that they would have to upgrade to the ADA requirements and that sort of thing to be compliant with the codes. That way, they'll still have to meet commercial kitchen requirements and all, but that's the main comment that they had, is that if this is open to the general public, then it will be, they would have to go through one extra step of additional adherence to our adopted codes for the ADA. So other than that, under the CUP review criteria, item number 1, this facility, while commercial in nature, is also low impact. It may not have an adverse impact on adjoining properties. The existing residential structure has been present on the site for a number of years. Because the commercial aspect of this use is smaller in scale and will be limited only to those made by appointment, traffic and neighborhood character may not necessarily be impacted. Item number 2, the residential character of the lot will not be drastically altered in such a way as to prevent functional ingress and egress. The applicant has not proposed any major exterior alterations that would impact the current nature of the surrounding neighborhood. Item number 3, the basic functions of the surrounding neighborhood should not be impacted and may enhance the area economy through additional options available to members of Salina Country Club. Staff is recommending approval with the following conditions. The commercial permit review through the city is required to ensure the commercial aspect of this use meets current adopted codes. Septic system, if applicable, must be inspected and determined appropriate for the use by environmental services staff. The alternatives would be to approve the request with the conditions as listed above, or conditionally approve the request with other conditions the commission may deem necessary, or deny the request. With that, I believe that Representative of Dream Teams is here to give comment.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Heather True and I work with JRI with the Salina Country Club. JRI wants to provide fine dining and lodging through the club at these 2 locations that were mentioned. The hope would be that small parties would be able to enjoy a special chef presentation of the best food that we can source. Both will have identical operations where guests can book a meal to be catered by the Salina Country Club chef through the Salina Country Club. They can, if they want, also use the facility to sleep for the evening. It is our expectation that these locations will be used for special occasions of small parties looking for a fine dining experience. There is adequate parking for guests at these locations, but we also expect that we will often be transporting people, guests from the club to the facility directly. We believe that this will allow for Saline County to elevate its food options by allowing the club to support the quality chefs and food necessary. Our intent is to not change the rural area around Saline County, but instead to use it as a backdrop for a fine meal. We want these locations to continue to be the rural character that they already have, and we believe that it is going to be a part of the experience. We do not want these locations to feel like restaurants, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you.
How many people would this facility accommodate?
Roughly it can, I think it's got 36 dining chairs within it. So 36 seats potentially, but honestly the dinners would average right around a dozen.
Anybody else have any questions for the board? Okay,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much. Okay. We'll open it up to the public. Is there any comments?
And just a reminder for the public, this is the facility that's being proposed on, I believe it's North Street, yeah, and it's not the one on Country Club. So if you're here for this particular 2504, feel free to comment. I just want to make sure that make that distinction that it's not the one was
Okay.
moved.
Thank you, Tim. Alrighty. I don't see any comments from the public. So we'll bring it back to the board here and we'll make a decision. Do we have a motion for the CUP?
Mr. Chair, I move that we, I can't think of the word, that we accept CUP 25-04. We approve it
With the conditions that staff
with
has
the
included.
conditions,
Okay.
yes, thank you. See? You were supposed to slap me on that, keep me in line. Kathleen would have.
She sure would have. I was just kidding. Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded.
Good.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. So we're going to skip over CUP 25-05 and move into CUP 25-06. Consideration of conditional use permit to allow construction of a 250-foot self-supporting telecommunications tower at the request of Next Tech Wireless. Tim, what do you have for this?
Okay, this is the applicant is proposing a 250-foot tall communications tower. The tower will be located on a leased space of approximately 100 by 100 feet. Based on the current location, the tower will be more than 250 feet from the east property line. Tower is not located within the airport buffer zone. The applicant has submitted a site plan. However, FAA and FCC approval documentation must be submitted prior to a building permit being issued. Staff has not received any any comments from the public other than just general questions as to the location of the tower on this particular property. And comments from other departments, no comments from other agencies. Comments will be submitted at the time of a commercial permit review as far as from anything that the city would have for that would be included in this on the record. The CUP review criteria, as with again kind of with all the telecommunication towers, commission item number 1 may not consider anything that would prohibit or have an effect of prohibiting the provision of personal wireless services as stated in 704A of the Federal Telecommunications Act. Item 2, the commission can only consider those items that it is expressly directed to consider under the zoning regulations, namely setback, fall zone compliance, and compliance with floodplain regulations. Item 3 is quality of service would be considered a technical aspect and not allowed for consideration of the proposal per our zoning regulations. Staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit with the following conditions. Building permit will not be issued until a commercial permit review has been completed. All FAA and FCC approvals must be submitted to staff prior to a building permit approval. Alternatives would be to approve the request with the conditions listed above or conditionally approve the request with other conditions as the commission may deem necessary. One of the items that I know we've done in the past is I failed to investigate the proximity of other towers in the area, and I apologize for that. I normally I do that, but I forgot to do it this time, so I'm not sure of what's in the vicinity there.
Okay.
And I think a representative of Next Tech is here. If you have he wants to.
Okay, yes, please, if the applicant could come forward.
Hello, my name's Creighton Remus with Next Tech Wireless, and he did a great job explaining everything. This site, we do have the FAA, FCC, and environmental, and the GEO reports. Everything's been completed on them. Setback, like he said, it's way further than the 250 feet zone, and it is clear on this one here. It's clear in the back of his pasture. I mean, it's not by the road or anything, so it's kind of way out of the way also. So just doing it in that area to improve cell coverage and data, as well as the data speeds. So I don't know if you guys have any questions on that or anything like that.
Are there other towers within
There
close
is.
proximity?
I'd say the one tower that's out there is probably 2 miles away, if I had to guess. 2 miles away. This one here, the one we're building, 250. It's at a higher location and stuff, and it's going to get us, higher coverage on that to get further out. But
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You guys have any other questions for the applicant?
Is there going to be any fencing required?
so on these cell towers, it's in the pasture, but we put the normal cell phone, the chain link fence around the tower, around the compound. We have like 100-foot by 100-foot leased area, but it'll probably be a 30 by 30 compound.
I didn't
is
see
all we
anything
put
in here about fence being required.
Yeah, I don't think there is any in the county zoning, but I know like all the city stuff, you have to have the
Right.
fence and everything. But yeah, we do put fences. It keeps the honest people out.
Yeah.
So
Got that one.
That
Yeah.
is another, aspect to consider as well with these is just for security purposes, if they're, for fencing or whatever
yeah,
requiring.
I think that about any cell company, they put them up anyway. So
We could add that.
Is that a condition then?
Could add it as a condition.
yeah, it'd
Or
be
is that
it'd be
mean-
great. It'd be great to add it. I mean, that'd be
Yeah,
perfectly
Yeah,
fine
you
with
can,
us.
you can add that.
Yep.
Okay.
Tell us
fencing.
what size.
Well, our compound's 100 by 100 is what the area we got, but we're probably it'll be at the base of the tower. It'll probably be 30 by 40, or 30 by 30, 40 by 40, right around in there.
What's the
6 foot or
height?
8 foot fence?
Oh, the chain link fence, it's probably,
6 foot?
I paid 6-foot fence, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And it has the big gates swinging gates on the front.
Sure.
So put that in there as a condition.
Yeah.
Fencing around the tower.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, I'd be good with that as well.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Okay, we will open it up to the public. Does anybody have any comments from the public regarding this specific CUP? We have one. Please state your name and address.
Travis Godfrey, 6153 East Crawford Street.
Okay.
We're just looking for some clarification on the exact location of the antenna. I don't know if you have a map or.
So you know where the pasture is?
Yeah, we're right
Okay,
next door.
where you go into the gate, you follow that road clear to the north, and there's like trees clear down there. It's in that northeast corner of the pasture. So it's like probably what, eighth or a quarter of a mile off that.
Here's a map.
That
I've
road.
got take one of our
I've got
maps.
Yeah, a map if you want to take a look.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
You see where that's at? Yeah, so, yeah, it's clear, right by the evergreen trees.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the public? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission. Any other final questions, discussion from the commission, from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve CUP 2506 with the conditions of staff and the addition of a requirement of a 6-foot chain link fence around the, what do you want to say, base facility or
Yeah,
Yeah, the base of the tower.
around the
base of the tower?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we approve CUP 25-06 with the staff conditions and the 30 to 40 foot fence, 6-foot fence. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, the next item of the business here is CUP 25-07, which is consideration of a conditional use permit to allow construction of a 250-foot self-supporting telecommunications tower at the request of Next Tech Wireless.
Okay.
Staff, what do you have?
This is going to be on a 60-acre parcel located in Section 35, Township 15, Range 2, generally addressed at 5064 East K4 Highway. The applicant is proposing, as stated, a 250-foot tall telecommunications tower. Tower will be located on a leased space of, again, 100 by 100 feet. The location does meet all of the setback requirements based on what was proposed on the site plan. Tower is not located within the airport buffer zone. Applicant has submitted a site plan. FAA and FCC documentations must be submitted prior to a building permit issue. Staff has not received any comments from the public. Again, we've received some general questions as to the location of the tower on the parcel. Comments from other departments and agencies. No comments from other agencies. All comments will be submitted at the time of the commercial permit review. CUP review criteria: as before, the Commission may not consider anything that would prohibit or have the effect of prohibiting the provision of personal wireless service, as stated in 704A of the Telecommunications Act. Commission can only consider those items that it is expressly directed to consider under the zoning regulations, namely setback, fall zone compliance, and compliance with floodplain regulations. And the quality of service would be considered a technical aspect and not allowed for consideration of the proposal per our zoning regulations. So staff recommends approval of this conditional use permit with the same conditions as before, which is building permit will not be issued until a commercial permit review has been completed. All FAA and FCC approvals must be submitted to staff prior to building permit approval. Your alternatives would be to either approve the request with the conditions approved or conditionally approve the request with other conditions the Commission deems necessary. And with that, if Next Tech has some additional comments on that.
Thank you. Everything is pretty much the exact same as far as, FAA, FCC, environmental, and geo reports. They've all been completed and everything. So we're just down to the zoning portion of this, and it's a 250-foot tower just like the other one. And we will have the same conditional use for the fence. I mean, it'll be the same exact thing. This one here is going to be back behind the southeast of Saline School, clear back where they do the cross country. It's clear in the back portion of that area. So it'll be well out of the way of.
Looks like it's on the south, close to the south property line.
Close to the south property line, yeah. Back there, kind of where there's I think a septic pond and back in that area, by their practice field. So that's where that tower location will be.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you had a question.
I do.
Oh, you okay?
I'm curious, we get a lot of requests for cell towers, but what we don't see are the coverage maps, the signal maps.
We can provide those.
Hey, I'm just curious, why are you not providing them? Why can we not see what areas are being covered? For instance, and the reason why is you're putting this in southeast of Saline, and you're putting it in the school, which is a good thing because the school gets money off of it. But is it going to cover gypsum?
We have a site over by Gibson, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be a good thing, like probably in the conditional use report to request that, because it's going to show where your nearest sites are. And this,
You guys are putting in a lot of towers in Saline County.
yeah, we have one more that's going in, to kind of fill up the gap and stuff. And and what it is, when we're going through, we do have RF maps,
Right.
and they can show like, okay, this tower's here, and I don't know if you guys ever seen them, but they're plotted out in different colors that show the signal strength and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
that's why I
that's
was
something
asking.
that's easily for our RF guys to provide.
Because for the benefit of the citizens, it would be nice to be able to see what coverage we have.
What coverage looks like in that, yeah, yep.
Exactly.
Yep, yeah, because I
And
mean, if
next
you look
year-
at them maps, you can see, and like right now, that southeast Saline school area, like when you get in that building, it's really weak for Next Tech wireless service, and that's what the school's like, well, now we're going to be worried about the kids on their phones, you know, because they'll have service now. But yeah, I mean, and we can provide them, you know, going forward if you guys ever, or even if you want them now, you know, we can provide.
Well, that was
coverage
my
maps.
next question. Can you just provide us a Saline County?
Yep. Of,
map so
of where
we
our
can
towers are and what. See, we won't be able to do like Verizon and
I
T-Mobile.
don't care about those. I
Yeah,
want
but we
next
can provide a map.
Just so
that-
that whenever you guys do put in another tower, we
You
can
know-
see where the spot is.
where the dead spots are. Yep.
Because we have a lot of dead spots in this county that people are not covering, and I'd like to know why.
Yeah, yeah, and see, that's what we're trying to go in, you know, because we've had it covered really well, and we're just trying to go in and fix
Exactly.
some of these dead spots. So, yep.
I had a quick question.
Yep.
Is how much of like this a lot of these, like I've seen a lot of upgrades to existing towers, are those anyway related to like 4G, 5G kind of upgrades, or is those just
You mean the structure of the tower, or
yeah, the type of transmission for 5G capability?
you know, like the upgrades and stuff? It's honestly, when you're going from voice to like 5G and stuff, it's less equipment. Weight-wise and stuff on these towers, but a lot of times, you know, when they're changing out equipment, if that tower is getting old enough, they do still have to beef them up or change them. And, you know, like 5G doesn't cover as big as area. So that's when you're going to see a lot of these more cell sites coming in, because the older, you know, well, even analog, you know, back in Kansas Cellular's days, they covered a huge area. So now that you're getting more data and everything, it just takes more power and shrinks the coverage. So that's why a lot more of these sites are coming in to fill in them gaps.
And we're going to be seeing more and more of that because, you know, the tower, they just upgraded, I think it was a Verizon antenna on my tower.
Yep,
to
and
5G.
see to 5G, and that's going to shrink probably a 2-mile gap in that coverage.
So in essence, what that's going to do is there's another tower coming in.
There's eventually going to have to be another one to
coming
fill in that gap that rural customer had, and now they don't have coverage. Yeah.
And of course, that's the reason why I'm asking.
Yeah,
If you
yep.
guys
No,
can
that's-
supply
that's-
us one for
Yeah.
the county for Next Tech.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, would you want to see one for the next, because I think they've got another
Yeah, we got
one
another
scheduled
one
for
coming
next
up, and-
month?
Yeah.
So would you want to see
We
it
can-
with that?
Yeah,
It'd
if
be
you
a
could
good time.
proactively
Yeah.
send that out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it'd be a good thing to have on every,
On every.
you know, because it'd be interesting for you guys to see.
Right, every
and stuff.
provider. Because we've had trouble in the past with providers that tried to move towers or take another tower
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else, and they're basically crippling another area.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah, and when they change it, you know, and that's like if we move one tower, it affects all the other ones also, you know, so.
anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, nope, not a problem. Everybody else good?
Good. Thank you very much. Appreciate the information. Okay. We'll now open it up to public comment. Does anybody have any remarks regarding application CUP 25-07? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board. Any discussion or further questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve CUP 25-07 with staff recommendations and the addition of a fence.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay,
Now we're at
so we'll move now to our final CUP, which is CUP 25-05. Consideration of a conditional use permit to allow a general use venue open to the public, generally located at 3546 East Waterbell Road, at the request of Wilford and Rochelle O'Connor. Tim?
Okay, this is, I've got general use, but it's actually, you know, you could also call it a seasonal type venue as well. I've had people call it that. So The applicant is proposing the establishment of an event venue for weddings, reunions, etc. The use would be located on a portion of the lot currently zoned agricultural. To prevent conflicting residential uses on the same parcel, the applicant has agreed to split the ag-zoned portion and adjust the acreage from 2.7 to 3 acres per the environmental code. The applicant has stated there will be no overnight stays or lodging at this facility. The applicant is proposing no fireworks or firearm discharge at this location, with noise level monitoring on site and no wood-burning fireplaces. Structure will be a 70 by 80 steel-clad post-frame building that will be constructed within a year if approved. Staff has received general questions and concerns about the use from the public. There have been, as of since the submittal of this staff report, staff has received, and I have provided for you a couple of correspondence in opposition to this particular request. One is from Janelle Budke, and the other one is from Anthony DeLaurentis. And so I've got the comments, their comments and concerns have been included, and I've included those for the record as well. The comments from other departments and agencies: the applicant has been working with environmental services to determine the best arrangement and sizing for well and septic system. The applicant has agreed to adjust the lot line of the area designated for the proposed use to meet the current 3-acre minimum standard. Environmental staff has no issues with the proposed proposal, provided they meet the required setbacks regarding the well and septic. So staff has not received any comment yet from Road and Bridge, but a separate entrance for the facility must be approved. The review criteria, item number 1, this facility, while commercial in nature, is also low impact and may not have an adverse impact on adjoining properties. Because the commercial aspect of this use is smaller in scale and would be limited only to those made by appointment, traffic, and the neighborhood character may not be impacted. It should also be pointed out, I think, that the applicant has, in their application, also included some details that additional details on the nature of this use. That's to show that it's not going to be as large of an impact as a full-scale facility. So item number 2, the residential character of the lot will not be impacted since the use will be located on the ag-zoned portion of the parcel. The applicant is willing to add fencing or screening for adjacent properties. Item number 3, the basic functions of the surrounding neighborhood should not be impacted and they might be enhanced the area economy through additional options available for individuals or groups seeking venues or various activities. Staff is recommending approval with the following conditions. A commercial permit review through the city is required to ensure the commercial aspect of this use meets the current adopted codes. All requirements of this use as determined by environmental service must be met. The alternatives would be to approve the request with conditions as listed above, conditionally approve the request with other conditions as commission may deem necessary, or deny the request. The applicant is present, and if you want to come up and...
Hi, my name is Wilfred O'Connor. They call me Ed. What we're trying to do here is make a meeting spot for weddings, for class trips, for family reunions. Not a nightclub, nothing like that. Just a nice meeting spot. Just a new venue in Salina that we've heard from so many people that they're short of venues around. So it will be quiet. It will be up to 120 guests if there's a wedding event. It could be as small as 10 guests, but it'll be a building just like the building that I have built there, except it'll have some different features to it. It'll be hooked up on county water, and I don't see traffic being such an issue. I don't see water issue or water usage being such an issue as well, because I mean, you know, you got 4 bathrooms in there, and I think maybe a household that does a load of laundry and takes showers of all the people in it probably equal out to that every night. So that's what we're asking for. We've already spoken with Het Construction and gotten the dirt work estimate from them, so we're ready to go if it's approved. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. So.
Okay, thank you.
You say you're not going to have food, but is food going to be able to be brought in? Like
It'll be, yes.
I said, you know, it says no alcohol. We will not serve alcohol or
We
food.
won't provide it, nope.
But the wedding party could bring it in,
Yes,
or anniversary party.
if the wedding party wants to do it, they can, yes.
So will you have a facility to accommodate cleanup with water?
Yeah, we'll put a sink and stuff in there. I mean, it won't be anything fancy. It's not going to be a kitchen. This is basically going to be a hall. It's just going to be in a farm setting. It's going to be a farm building, and it's going to be just themed as a country, maybe Western theme to it. It won't be anything crazy. No nightclub kind of idea. It's just a place for people to go.
What size building are you going to put on there?
And we've got a 40 by 80 with two 10-foot out wings on the side, full length.
And how many bathrooms?
Excuse me?
How many bathrooms?
There'll be 4 bathrooms in it.
4 bathrooms.
You said a 70 by 80.
Yeah, I think I may have misread that. At the time that we turned that in, we had 3 different options of buildings, and this is the one that we're going with. Is what it'll be at. What it'll end up being a 60 by 80. It's going to be 40 by 80 enclosed, and then 2 10-foot by 80-foot outcroppings.
How many times a year do you estimate this facility will be used?
I can't answer that because, I mean, we're talking maybe Christmas parties for corporate Christmas parties during the summer. I honestly can't answer that, but we want to, you know, we certainly want to keep it busy. We certainly want to, you know, and we're not going to, you know, invite the Hells Angels out to have a, you know, a ride around or anything like that, you know, so. But we do want to keep it busy. We want to keep maybe corporate parties, school field trips, so just about anything that you might need an inside building for.
Do you plan on keeping it open basically all year round?
Well, we'll make it available,
Right.
But yes,
Just available year round?
Yeah.
Okay.
If somebody, it'll be similar to any other venue that you see. I mean, we're open when you want to have your deal, and we're closed when nothing's going on. So
Okay.
there won't be any formal hours. There will be no signage. The people that will know about it will find out on a website, and we'll tell them where it's at. They can come out there and see it and stuff, but we're not going to have any signage. Maybe something on the front of the building, but there won't be anything out at the road. There won't be anything anywhere. So.
Okay.
One of the concerns I think that was expressed was lighting on the outside. So would you, you'll probably, you know, one of the things that you may have to do is shield that lighting that's on the side of the building if you're going to
We
put
can
any on there.
definitely do that. I mean, there's lights
So
with
that it
built-in
won't-
shields that shine exactly where you want them to shine. So We can certainly do that. That's no problem.
Another couple of issues we need to discuss is parking, for one.
I'll have plenty.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that before.
Believe me, I'll have 2 acres of parking.
We've heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been people parking on the roads.
There won't be anybody parking on the road.
Okay. That's a paved road right there.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So shouldn't be any problems as far as traffic goes.
Yes, sir.
Second thing is you got 2 acres of parking and you got essentially a half acre of dedicated to your building and everything around it. Now you got to put in a septic system.
Be way back in the corner.
All right.
We've put a drawing together.
Yeah,
Garber.
I included the site plan for you.
Yeah, I
guys,
saw
so-
that.
Be quite a ways back in the corner. There's 3 acres there. The building won't take up the other acre, so.
What disturbed me the most was seeing septic or lagoon.
Excuse me?
What bothered me the most was seeing the term septic or lagoon.
Septic is going to be the optimal choice, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to see a lagoon out there.
No, neither do I. You and me are right there on the same wavelength.
All right.
It's whatever environmental services
No,
requires.
that's
Right.
what we decide. Because they could put a lagoon out there, but you don't want to put a lagoon in a subdivision area.
No.
No. No, we don't want a lagoon out there either.
Yeah. For your benefit, I have a wedding venue that's within 1.5 miles of me.
In Saria?
No.
Oh.
And I don't even know it's there half the time.
Yeah.
So.
Now, how often, if I may ask, do you keep yours busy?
Theirs is busy almost every weekend during the wedding season.
Yeah, during the wedding season, and then throughout the year, I mean, they fill it with something else.
And all I do is cuss the tourists that coming down the county roads. That's all.
Yeah.
You know. Get out of my way. You're slow.
Yeah, get out of my way. Yeah, sure, sure. Well, we're going to make every attempt to, inform them of the traffic, inform the people that the traffic needs to be careful, needs to keep a watch out because it is a county road. Mm-hmm. We are respectful of our neighbors, so there won't be any loud music, any. It'll all be inside. Mm-hmm. All the happenings will be inside. So there may be people out on the decks that are meeting, but as far as anything that may create noise or whatever, will be on the inside.
Yeah, I know. In the 10 or 15 years that I've dealt with that one, there hasn't been a single issue.
Yeah. And our intentions are the exact same thing. We don't want anybody disturbed. On the same token, I mean, we would like to use it as often as we can use it. It may not be every weekend. It probably won't be every weekend, but that remains to be seen.
Are the users able to bring alcohol to the location?
They can.
Are you going to have a requirement of having a sheriff or some other law enforcement out there to kind of watch the goings on?
Well, I guess that would be set by you guys. I wouldn't have
We
that
haven't done
requirement.
that in the past with anybody, so I don't see why we would want to start now.
Just, you know.
Kind of their responsibility.
Just a thought.
Your liability.
It's kind of your liability, I think.
Right. We've not thought about that. Now, I'll be there, and there'll probably be a couple others there with me. As things go on, we will monitor what's happening in there. So, I mean, we won't make our whole family, at home in there, but we'll have a few people in there of our own.
Okay,
so.
thank you.
All right. That's good. Are there any other questions for the applicant? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will now move on to public comment. Is there anybody that would like to make any comments or address this application?
My name is Anthony De Laurentiis, and I live on Waterwell Road at 3324. Just a couple of doors down from where they would like to put this venue at. And I do have multiple concerns. You read all my concerns that I've posted in my letter. There are some other concerns that I did not mention in that letter. I know there's quite a few people that use that Waterwell Road to walk their dogs, and there's some handicapped people that ride their power chair to walk their dog up and down that road, and that's the only means they have of walking their walking their dog. There's quite a bit of quite a few people that have horses as well, and they use Waterwell Road to ride their horses and just go around the neighborhood there. There are some children in the neighborhood as well, and I'm just concerned about property values as well, what that will do to property values if you wanted to sell your property and there's that venue there. I mean, what's that going to do to my property values? So there's numerous concerns that I have as well. Trash. I mean, I've seen, where there's venues there in the country, like the Pumpkin Patch. I've been out there to many occasions for weddings and stuff, and just driving down them country roads, you see beer cans and all trash all the way from the highway to the venue there. So, trash and stuff. So those are my concerns, along with all the other stuff that I've posted here: the noise pollution, traffic and safety, disruption of the agriculture, environmental sanitation concerns, like he said, the light pollution, the visual impact. I lived in town for 20 years. I moved out to the country so I could have some nice peace and quiet. And I'm worried about what that's going to do for me sitting out on my back patio, trying to enjoy the evening. So, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. Anyone else?
I'm Diana Harden with the Saline County Conservation District at 3421 East Waterwell. We just have a couple of questions. I was going to see if we could get some clarification on, there was something said about fencing when you were first bringing that up this evening. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you clarify what that was or what that meant for us?
The 3-rail fencing is what we were going to put up.
You're going to put that on your property?
Yes.
Okay. We also were going to ask some questions about what security measures they were going to take for when they have an event out there. Are you going to require security to, I don't know if police is the right word, but make sure the guests of that event stay on that property and don't wander onto the other properties and stuff like that. We have farm ground across the road. We just have a few concerns with people wandering on and getting hurt and stuff like that. We have a pond. It's dry, I think, but clear at the back part of our property, but just few concerns with safety and stuff like that, or other stuff getting onto our property. So, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else that would like to make a comment?
Good evening. My name is Lexi Schwartz. I live at 3324 East Waterwell Road, next door to Anthony and his wife. I guess our big concern is kind of what they have stated, that we were blessed to move to the country 12 years ago, and I raised 2 young boys. And it's very concerning. Again, I condone you for doing this. I have experience in management of this stuff as well, but it's very concerning having 2 young boys and animals and knowing that we live in such a nice, safe neighborhood, and that then if there's going to be capacity of 120, considering 2 people per car, an extra 60 cars up and down that road on a weekend or quite frankly any given day, I guess that makes me very nervous, and for the safety of my family and then also for my property, that this is now going to bring hundreds of people out in our neighborhood that has been very quaint and very quiet over the years, hence why we all moved out there. And now this is going to be bringing a multitude of people who are unaware of the area to now be out there inundated within our homes that are less than a quarter mile from this facility. I do understand the other thing that I would bring up is Waterwell Road is a wonderful road. It's been paved. We've been blessed, but it is very narrow. There are no shoulders. The ditches dip off very quickly. So for any agriculture, such as dog walking, horses, anything like that. Also the lighting, any external lighting, because we are residential, we're not commercial. There is no lighting up and down that road. So for people pulling in and out of that drive, and, at midnight or whatever time that may be, I think them pulling out of that drive, I think very well could bring a safety issue for people coming in and out and then taking cars up and down there. I think the other is I'm not sure whomever received the letters, I know whatever your rules are, but I would be interested to know whom else up and down Waterwell, from Waterwell to 9th Street, which I would assume a lot of people are going to go because there's hotels and stuff there to accommodate that wedding. But then also up and down Holmes Road and any of that, I guess, have any of those people been informed as to that this very well is going to bring change to their?
I notify. I'm required to notify at least 1,000 feet from where the parcel boundaries are. So. We do in Saline County a notification area of 1,500 feet. So if a property lies within that 1,500 feet of the subject parcel, then they get notified. And we also publish in the paper. So
great. So I would assume with the 1,500, I believe that's 8 houses that are being concerned, that are there. I think it's just a row of us that were informed. If we've talked to some of our neighbors, I think there's only 8 of us that were informed of this.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list.
I've got 19 addresses.
Great. Well, I'm really glad there was more than that then. But I do think that there is many more to be concerned from where this venue is going to be to there, to 9th Street, where they're probably going to stay in hotels, up and down Holmes Road. And then I guess the other thing is we're all aware that Simpson Road is slightly a superhighway for anybody going from Magnolia to K4. So I think that corner, if they're going the opposite direction, would equally be a concern. It's very dark. There's been multiple accidents since I've lived out there. Is just ensuring the safety of the guests that would be coming and going from this and anybody that lives in that area.
Okay. All righty. Thank you very much. Okay, any other comment from the public? Seeing none, then I'll bring it back to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I want to also point out one of the options would be if you would like clarification on anything on the site plan, as Paul was stating about lagoon versus septic or parking, whatever, you can also table it until we get those questions answered, and then take it back before you, as if you want additional information on something. So.
Okay. Just to get clarification on certain items. All right, does the board have any other questions or discussions amongst ourselves?
Do we normally discuss maybe a 5-year review?
You know, the one that caught us most recently, where they were parking on the highway, brings that point.
That things can change.
Yeah, and
have a 5-year review.
I don't like the 5-year. I would like it 2 years.
Well, you're hard to get along with.
I know it.
I'm easier to get along with.
I know you are, but that happened within 2 years. And the other wedding venue ended up having to add additional parking because they realized it was growing. Not that there was anything wrong with it, it's just that they did add more parking. So it was kind of nice to see that they had the room to do that.
They have had septic problems too, the other venue.
Yeah, but they're dealing with that. They have that taken care of.
Well,
That venue
That's
also
because
has
they
an
didn't
issue
go
with
through
restrooms. It
permitting,
doesn't have nearly unless they've added them lately.
Yeah, they've used.
I've been to
They've used portable ones.
Yeah, well.
But it's still working, so.
Okay.
It's an
I was
answer.
there for a wedding one time, and there was lines of people at both restrooms.
and,
I have not
and
seen
Big time.
toilets bubbling.
But to
not our
answer my question on this particular site, I'll work with, it's not Sean, is it? It's,
It's gonna be,
what's- Seth, thank you. There's only a 50 by 50 area that's designated for a septic system, which is too small. But it is a suitable soil for septic systems, so I'm not concerned about it going lagoon.
I know my yard, I've had it dug up and had problems with it.
Could you please come back to the podium?
I know my yard, I've just recently had some septic issues, and I've dug in my yard, and it is just compacted clay. So I don't know what the difference is from 1,000 yards from my property to that property, that the soil could be that much difference.
Well, I can tell you as a soil scientist, it can be different.
It'd be very different.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just stating the fact that mine is totally clay.
But I'll make sure I work with Seth to make sure that it's a good site.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I do have one concern, and that's parking. We can't park 150 people in 2 acres. So are we limiting? I'm gonna ask you, what would be, is your fee gonna be based on number of people? Or are you limited to 75 people, or if I can have 150 come to
We're
my
not going
birthday party?
150. No, 120 is the max.
Is the max.
And maybe 60 to 80 cars. It's not going to be, I mean, not everybody there is going to drive.
Right, but
So-
we are gonna have a limit on parking.
Yeah, 120 is our max. In fact, we're not even going to start out at that.
Okay.
So,
Well, just be aware that we are very familiar with the fact that you're not gonna have enough parking.
Do we have any kind of like?
and as far as the septic issue that was brought up, I put in a brand new one 9 years ago and haven't had a single problem, not one. So,
That's the reason why I looked first before I said.
yeah,
But you haven't had 120 people using it.
we got plenty using it. So.
But that would be your limit, is 120 people is what you're
Be the
saying?
limit. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120 people, I suppose will, I suppose, and we've never really approached that particular part of it, but I suppose, 100 is probably the cutoff point for us for a couple of years, so we're dabbling in this right now. It's
think you
not
can
going to
park
pick
50
up right away and
Do you think you can
fly.
park 50 to 75 cars in 2 acres?
Oh gosh, yes. I was at Flying W in Colorado Springs last week. They had a parking lot out there that's about an acre, and they easily parked 80 people. So I don't have any problem with that. We're going to have more parking than we need. We're going to be rocking it all the way around the building and out to the road. So.
Yeah, I say we have a review.
We need to start putting a review on everything that we do, just so we can have a follow-up on it, make sure people are
We
following.
can't control the trash on the
2
road.
years.
We know that.
I could do,
We can't
That was my
control that.
suggestion.
There's, if we contact more people, then where does it stop? The traffic could be coming from Magnolia Street down on Kip Road. I
We
mean, the
can't control
traffic
that.
could be coming from everywhere.
Well, you're
So-
on a road that already has a lot of traffic. It's the reason why it's on asphalt.
Exactly, and some of
So-
those sand trucks, speed limit is not a factor.
Yeah.
They don't give a crap. So-
But, in defense of 10 to 15 years of seeing this one, people have been extremely respectful.
Yes.
People have been respectful, both the driving and being at the venue. So
Yeah.
They just didn't go fast enough.
yeah, for me.
Yeah.
But you know how I am. So.
You know, when we do this, we're going to be extremely cautious of what we allow people to bring for alcohol. It's going to be beer only, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, or wine. Of course, there's going to be wine or champagne or whatever. But
Well, having multiple granddaughters who seem to be looking for venues, and I get to hear about all these lack of venues.
yeah,
I can see the need for another one, but it's located close to town, which will be your benefit.
Sure.
we're not, you know, and we don't want to upset our neighbors or anything like that. But you know, we're entering into retirement, and I don't want to greet at Walmart. You know, so I need something to do.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, she agrees. Well, and it's a tremendous capital outlay to do this.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it successful.
Yeah, it'll be, I mean, I can see hotels and motels and grocery shopping and stuff like that that come with the guests that come to this thing. I mean, I don't know how big of an impact, but
Would you okay with like a 2 or 3 year review?
yes, of course.
3 year?
I'll negotiate.
Okay. We'll do 3-year review.
I work for you, okay?
Of course. That's no problem.
And there'll probably be no issue whatsoever.
I would hazard to say that you guys will not have a problem. In fact, you'll book a time to come out there and see it. So once we get it open, maybe we will do something. That's not the only thing that we're going to do is have paid events. We also plan to have something for the farmers at harvest breakfasts maybe, or dinners. We don't know which, and we don't know when, but we'll also have something for, I like the county road workers, so I'd like to have something for the county road workers.
Well, it doesn't hurt to give back to the community.
That's right.
That's exactly right. And that was one of our first thoughts when we thought about this deal. In fact, I thought about that with the shed that we've got now before we even thought about the venue. So we have one last thing. We had my nephew's graduation from K-State in our building, which is a 40 by 60, and there were 70 people there. And they parked all in my driveway. So there was no problem there.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Board, I suppose we have some options to discuss. We could go ahead and approve this with the 3-year review, or if we need any other further questions answered, we could table to try to get some
One other
additional
thing,
information.
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman. The other thing you could add also, I think we've done this in the past, is just emphasize no parking in right-of-way.
Yeah. Okay.
That is something we do need to include, so that it's very clear.
I don't know if it's necessary, but should make sure there's absolutely no parking on a water well.
Well, that'd
Yeah,
be the
that's what I
right way.
mean. Yeah, that would be the
You
right-of-way.
said the driveway, but.
No, I said right-of-way.
Right of way, I'm sorry. Sorry. I understand now.
We can keep that from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a simple statement, no parking off-site.
Yeah.
No parking will be allowed off-site.
So would we need to?
Yeah.
So if we're going to say no parking, then because this is zone commercial, is it all the signage going to be provided to state where they can and can't park? And is lighting going to be provided for the safety of everyone then and us that live in that area?
At least out on the highway, so that you can see where to turn in and turn off. that kind of thing, what you're talking about?
No, it's this isn't a commercial zone. It's a commercial use, but you can. It's ag zoned.
We have
this is-
zoning,
and-
signing requirements.
Yeah, yeah, and so you can if
This
you.
is going to be stated commercial now, so is the signage different considering the road has no shoulders?
It will still be zoned agricultural, but it's a commercial use.
Well, that's why I was asking, out there by the road, are you talking about putting lights out there so people know where the turn is? Is that what?
Signage, yeah, showing where to enter, ingress and egress.
We can put signage for that.
Yeah, come back.
We can put signage for, ingress, egress, in and out, If you got in, you better figure out how to get out, so.
Speaking of which, are you gonna have an ingress and an egress, or are you going to have one driveway?
Just one, but it's double wide, so.
Just curious.
Yeah, they had it built for large tractors and large farm equipment.
So it's already there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. As far as the lighting goes, we're thinking about lighting around the building, many cameras.
Sure.
And we can shield the lights so it stays around the building.
But they'll only be on when there's a venue, right?
Right. What's that?
You're not gonna have them on all the time.
No,
It'll only be when it's a venue going on.
No way. I think
That's
those
when you
things are
need to
gonna
hire
cost quite a
electricity
bit, so, yeah.
Oh. So what are our conditions we're looking at?
What was the staff's
Well-
recommendations?
Right away, and then.
No parking.
Right
Something
away.
about you not being here?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
That's what, I was talking to
These two
myself.
here.
A commercial permit and environmental services must be
Found
met.
it.
And you all added a 3-year review and no parking in the right of way.
Right away.
I think you covered it.
And signage for ingress and
For the
egress.
ingress
I
and
can add
egress,
that too.
correct.
I don't know whether we need that.
I don't either, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
That's pretty minimal, in and out.
And I don't know that we need to talk about, that we need to say anything about lighting. It sounds like he's gonna take care of that already.
Yeah, he would have to shield it
Shielded
so
lighting.
that it doesn't get on adjacent properties.
Sit here and make requirements for lights. We don't even know what it's gonna look like.
That's right. Have you got all that, Mr. Chairman?
So yes, we've got no parking in the right of way, signage for the egress and ingress, and the 3-year review period.
All right.
So those along with staff recommendations.
Perfect.
Well, then, based off of that, Mr. Chairman, I make a recommendation that we approve CUP 2025-05 based off of the recommendations that you just listed.
Second.
Okay. All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign?
Nay?
Okay, we have one nay vote. And motion carries. Okay, thank you. All right. With the CUPs out of the way, we move into item number 3. The old business, I believe.
So you guys discussed that last
business.
month?
What's that?
Did you discuss number 3 last month?
Yes.
And you're looking at approving now?
Really?
We discussed it. He's made his changes. Now we're reviewing those changes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
those had gotten sent back to us in the email with just
And
the
it's here
highlighted
highlighted.
changes.
Right.
The changes are highlighted for us to review.
Because we have some things to discuss on this.
It's just a couple of things from, that we needed to address from the county commission.
Right.
Let me get back here.
Okay, what I did was provide for you I just wanted you to make sure that what I have highlighted is kind of along the lines of what you had discussed last month.
Do you have any problem?
Mr. Chairman, I think this covers quite well what we discussed last month. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts on it.
Oh, yes.
I agree that it does cover what we discussed last month, and I, in fact, have met with one of the county commissioners about it.
And?
And he was glad to hear our reasoning behind.
So you guys are all in agreement with all the changes?
Get back here.
I'm still not in agreement with the 10-acre, 20-acre split. 10 acre seems abnormally small. Most farmyards in the county are 10 acres.
But most battery storage are 10 acres or less.
I don't know, it just seems like
That was,
uncomfortable
yeah,
small.
our rationale on that one was that's why we put 10 acres, but can be amended by the commission as needed.
Up to 20, I believe.
Yeah.
That's better.
10 with an additional 10.
That's better. We just approved something that's 4 or 5 acres, and we're worried about them even parking on it. That just seems abnormally small.
Well, there were county commissioners that wanted it limited to 10 acres.
There was multiple county commissioners, I believe, that wanted it limited. And I believe also.
I haven't talked to anybody about it. Just seems stupidly small to me, but fine.
Where was the issues, Tim, on setbacks?
Oh, setbacks. Okay.
I don't find it in here.
That was.
I don't find it highlighted in here. Because I know that was an issue.
Yeah.
We can find a section.
Why do I not find it?
Well, we had discussed just following NFPA, but they had different comments on that. And what was our final review on that?
Wouldn't that, the standard that we followed was what set that, and we stayed with that?
Yeah, NFPA 855.
So that was the one particular item
Yeah,
that
so
you
we
guys
didn't- we didn't make
chose
a change
not
for that
to
one.
change
Right.
and follow national standards, and that is what is stated in the drafted letter.
Right.
for
That was in the letter,
chairman's
right?
signature.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, setbacks.
Decided not to do anything about it.
Because it's in the NFPA
Yeah.
regulation.
They did give specific recommendations. Did you not
Yeah,
address
we,
that?
we discussed that in length last time, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what we went back to the NFPA guidelines, because if that changes, that automatically updates it, and we're not constantly trying to review this and update it.
Yeah, because I know that they are constantly reviewing and updating it.
What, NFPA?
Yeah, the NFPA codes, because I think they
Yeah.
were talking about a new coming out the 2025 or 26.
No, when I was at the county commission, they were wanting a half-mile setback. That's the reason why I had that map created.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
And if that map is followed based off of what the county commissioners want,
Mhm.
then this is a moot point. We might as well just throw it away and say there's no such thing as a BESS in Saline County.
Yeah.
And that was our discussion point last time.
You
Good.
have to own a whole section to put one in.
That's right.
Yeah, and I believe you were the one that suggested we use those guidelines to begin
Correct.
with.
Right.
And that's why we basically stuck with it.
Good.
As we went through.
That was my only
Yeah.
issue on this. I wanted to make sure that that was taken care of.
Yeah, because I think based on what we looked at on the map, I think I'd mentioned to you all that, like in that one particular location, it's you've got 3 residences within that.
Well, as it shows
The other one
you.
had more.
Yeah, you can see all the other ones. That's the reason why I had this map created, because nothing would have been allowed in this county. So I did not want that half mile.
Yeah.
All right.
We talked at other ways to do that, but we couldn't find one.
There's not a good way. That's the reason why you have to go default to national guidelines.
Yeah.
And just for kind of the record, if you want to, I can read off, and Sean, you'll probably have to sign off on this for if you all are comfortable with what I've submitted as far as what's been highlighted, reflecting what you all discussed last month. I've got on June 24th, the Planning Commission considered the questions referred by the County Commission on the resolution establishing provisions for BESS facilities in Saline County, while the Planning Commission thoughtfully considered the points raised by the County Commission and is recommending modifications to nearly all the question sections. There was a general consensus that the requested setback of 1/2 mile from any residential structure could hinder review of any BESS proposal. This is due to the current real presence of occupied residences within 1/2 mile of any electrical substation in Saline County. Furthermore, the Commission believes that the current wording enabling the Planning Commission to establish a setback greater than NFPA standards for individual proposals is adequate to address any potential safety concerns. The Planning Commission believes that it is best to review any BESS proposal referencing federal standards for such uses, such as the NFPA. This allows the Planning Commission to rely on established provisions as amended without having to change details in the county's regulations.
I like it.
You did good.
Thank you.
That sounds good to me.
That sounds very good.
Do you realize that there were more catastrophic substation issues in the last year than there were BESS issues?
Yeah, I can see that.
It doesn't surprise me.
So you're right next to a substation. You're going to put a BESS next to a substation, which is going to go, you know. So.
Yeah, well, I did attend one of those emergency trainings, and I was asked the opinion of the guy that was given the training, you know, how safe the facilities are, and he said they're pretty darn safe.
The
BESS facilities
the
specifically.
the fire incidence of a BESS is 0.05% chance of failure.
So 0.5%.
Yeah. No, 1/2 of 1%. Of all the structures that have been built worldwide,
Yeah.
1/2 of 1%.
That's what I said.
You said
1/2.
0.5%.
1/2%.
Okay. We are in agreement.
You just want to disagree with me.
No, actually, I didn't. I just misheard you.
He's like, let's all agree on this.
So Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
if you want to, you can, if you're comfortable, if the board is comfortable with what I did, you can just go ahead and sign your copy that you've got and just give it to me.
Okay.
I can forward it on to the county.
I can do that. And we don't need any kind of motions or anything.
You can have a fresh one right here.
Thank you. I was like, I don't know where.
I know, that's why I did it.
Thank you.
I've laid it to rest.
You could just make a motion to forward the letter to the county.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like the motion that we forward this letter
Second it. Third it.
to the county.
Quickly.
It's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Now, can we get
Motion
rid
carries.
of this off of our table
Yay.
now?
We'll forward this off to the county commission, and I don't believe there's
After
anything
1
else, so
year.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
They send it back, we're not here, right?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Change our
We've
address.
all resigned.
All opposed, same sign. Motion adjourned.